think I'm just gonna have a look at the house.
止まってるよ。
What's your name?
My name's Kenzo Max Shiraishi. Oh well, I'm half Japanese. I've been living here for about, what is it, coming up like 10 years now. Went to Japan for about 3 years, from about 6 till 9. Stayed here in New Zealand until I was about 6, and then left to Japan, came back in about year 5. And came back with not knowing any English. It was a bit hard, kind of going into class. Teachers did give me a little bit of an exception, but still not knowing a language where you live was a bit of a struggle and all that. Back, go to work, do some sports, hang around with friends. I live quite a basic life now, not a lot of struggles anymore, but so I used to play like soccer or basketball. Used to play rugby as well. Played a lot of sports when I was younger. Now I actually don't play any of them anymore, but I think all I really do is wake up, go to school, go to work, come home. On the weekends, just hang out with friends. That's all I really do now.
I was born in Auckland and I went to high school in Manamana.
How did you meet your husband?
I was working in Auckland. I was a Japanese tour guide and he was a friend of one of my clients. So we happened to have dinner together and that's how we met. Yeah, I lived in Japan when I was in my 20s and for 3 years, and that's where I learned Japanese. And then I came back to New Zealand, married a Japanese guy, had a couple of half Japanese kids, and then we went back to live with grandma in Hiroshima for 3 years. And the children went to school and I went to work there as well.
日本から乳児にその変わった時はどういうふうに、まず自分の思いはどういうふうに思いましたかと。
まず楽しみが一番あった。日本からニュージーランドに行くっていうことがっていうのはもう30歳ちょっと前ぐらいにニュージーランドに来たんだけど、もう日本での生活がその時はもうちょっとなんかあまり楽しくなかった、つまらなかった、仕事も面白くなかったし、プライベートもそんなに楽しくなかったから何かを変えたいと思って、それでニュージーランドに来て、ニュージーランドはすごく自然もいっぱいあって、で好きなラグビーも盛んだし、そういうのがあってニュージーランドに来ることはすごく楽しみにしてました。不安もあったけど、楽しみの方が大きい。
What is it like having parents from different races?
Well, to me, because I've grown up with them, I don't really see how that's different in any way, but what I can say is having multi-cultured parents, like my mum, who is Kiwi, she has raised me very differently to how my dad has. Although they have similar ways of doing it, it's just that mum's a lot more relaxed, whereas dad's more, really onto it. And it also comes down to the fact where mum does a lot of the working and is not really home that often, and dad is the one that is home and took care of us when we were younger, still does. Thankfully he stays here, he cooks us dinner, he does all the housework for us. How I would say is different is dad is very traditional because he has been brought up in a Japanese family, so he's very traditional in the way of disciplining his child and all that. And then having someone like my mum who is very open to everything and is, willing to, it's a bit hard to explain, but she's more willing for me to do a lot of things, and she just wants me to try everything, whereas Dad has the same mindset about everything. Like, he wants me to travel, he wants me to, do all this, but like, I guess Mum lets me do a lot more, reckless stuff, as in, like, Dad, for example, like, Dad wouldn't want me, jumping out of a really high tree and, going into the water, and then, whereas Mum would be like, go do it, don't be a wuss, like, all that stuff. Yeah, it's just, I think it's not really more about having two parents that are two different races. It's more that I think just having two different types of parents in general, because like I said before, Mum's more relaxed, where Dad is really not so full on. He's just more he's more vocal when it comes to disciplining and just really like parents type stuff, if you want to call it that.
Did you find any difficulties switching countries with young children?
Switching countries with young children, that was the reason, that was the purpose for our journey, was to go back and connect with family, but also culture and language.
で、当時子供は何歳ぐらいだったんですか？その日本に行った時とかは、乳児から日本に行った時は。
上の長女が、女の子が10歳か、10歳で、下が6歳だから2人とも小学生。上が小学校4年生に編入して、下は入学の本当2ヶ月ぐらい前に日本に行って、4月から小学校1年生になりました。
まずその子供は2人とも意外と若い、小学生みたいな若い年で、その国を変わるっていうことは意外と大きな、特に若い子にとっては大きなことなので、やっぱりそういう若い子がいる時に国を変わると、なんかそういうことに対して難しかったですよ。それやっぱり若い子供がいて、大きなそういう変わりをするっていうのは、親としての
子供が若いって言っても、小学校入学前の子と、あと小学校の中学年4年生なんで小さかったから、すぐはっきり言ってすぐ慣れるだろうなとは思ってた。
じゃあ最後自分の子供とか家族とかはちょっと関係なく、他のミックスの子に一つだけなんか言いたいことを、やっぱり自分の子供はミックスの子供で、他の子供に一つだけ言いたいことがあれば何でしょうか？
両方のアイデンティティを持ち続けてほしいな、どっちかにするんじゃなくて、物理的にどっちかの国になかなか行けないとか、そういうことはあるかもしれないけど、でも心の中では両方のアイデンティティを持ってずっと持ち続けてほしい。自分は日本人でありニュージーランド人であるとかさ、